Hello friends, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm coming at you with another video. I've been slacking, but I had a great week in pickups, record-wise. I went to a few places, went to a swap meet with my good friend Pat. Pat, shout out to you. I went to the record store, got some crazy stuff, some stuff I've been looking for a while. I ended up going to a swap meet, went to an estate sale. Wasn't anything at the swap meet or estate sale, but yeah, got some awesome stuff at the record store. Spent probably too much money, but you're all young ones, and can't take that money to the grave. So I decided to switch it up this week and make a top 10 of all time album video. Let me know what you think. I've always wanted to do this. This is my personal top 10. I'm not by any means a music expert, so this isn't the Bible. This is just my opinion. So I'm pretty chosen towards classic rock, and there's one 90s album here. But let me know what you think. Hit me with feedback. I want to know your guys' top 10. I got it on the Pearl Jam 2016 t-shirt when I saw them. That's another thing I'm going to try to do, wear a different band t-shirt every week. So without further ado, here are my top 10 albums of all time. Starting off at number 10, an album I've already featured in my weekend jams. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication, number 10. I've described this album already, and I'm not going to try to make these too long, but like I've said previously, I do believe this is the Red Hot Chili Peppers at their absolute peak. John Frusciante, one of my favorite guitarists of all time. I truly believe when he was with the band, it was the best they were. After he left the group, I think they sucked. Some might disagree with me, but yeah. Around the World, Parallel Universe, Scar Tissue, Other Side, Get on Top, Californication, Road Trippin'. This is a masterpiece. 1999. Yeah, Chili Peppers kick ass. Listen to the Chili Peppers as much as humanly possible, especially this era. So number 10, Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Number 9. This is actually one of the first artists I got into when I got into classic rock consistently. This is The Times They Are A-Changin' by Bob Dylan. I remember first getting a cell phone and first getting internet when I was, maybe not when I first got a cell phone, but when I was 16, I started getting into classic rock pretty heavy, and I saw a video of Bob Dylan playing The Times They Are A-Changin'. It was the music video or whatever you want to call it, and it's one of those moments where something speaks to you and you love it so much. This was it. Bob Dylan, terrible voice, looks like shit now, but he truly was a pioneer for folk music and the whole hippie counterculture. His first album came out in 1963. This came out in 1964. This was also one of the first vinyl records I ever bought, which turned into about, a lot, over 1,000. So, yeah, Ballad of Hollis Brown, The Times They Are A-Changin'. What else? Only a Pawn in Their Game, Boots of Spanish Leather. This album is amazing if you're into acoustic folk music. Listen to Bob Dylan, give it a shot. That's number 9 on my extravagant list of a whole lot of nothing. Sometimes you can't even say I take the covers off. But at number 8, I also did this already on My Weekend Jams. This is Grateful Dead, Working Man's Dead. This is definitely my favorite Grateful Dead album. There's hundreds of them. R.I.P. Jerry Garcia. Like I've said before, this album's a masterpiece. It's opposite, so you got that, and you got to flip it over like this to read it. But yeah, Cumberland Blues, Black Peter, Casey Jones. Casey Jones is my favorite Grateful Dead song of all time. Sporting a Grateful Dead hat. I actually saw Mac DeMarco wearing this one time. I was like, hey, it's a cool hat, so I'm gonna buy one. Yeah, Uncle John's Band. shout out to all the hippies out there, all the deadheads. Like I said, you gotta flip this over. This is my favorite Grateful Dead album, and probably this is tough for me to even sort these, but I would say this is my 8th favorite album of all time. I'm a hippie at heart, even though a lot of people say you're 23. Yeah, whatever. But I love classic rock. I love the Grateful Dead. So number 8, Grateful Dead, Working Man's Dead. Number 7, The Doors, self-titled. You can see that. Self-titled debut album. This is a masterpiece. Jim Morrison, one of the better frontmen of all time. Robbie Krieger, probably, I wouldn't call him a rock and roll guitarist. He was a jazz fusion guy growing up. John Densmore, great drummer. What else? What's the other guy's name? Ray Manzarek from Chicago. Great pianist, great player of the organ. He actually made it sound, he was their bassist, even though he played everything on an organ and keyboard. But The Doors, self-titled at number 7. Break On Through to the Other Side, Soul Kitchen, Alabama Song, Light My Fire, their most popular song. The End, which you probably heard in every Vietnam movie of all time. And then Backdoor Man. This is just loaded with hits. This is such a premier bluesy album. It's, yeah. But there you go. Number 7, The Doors, self-titled. And number 6, my favorite band of all time. I have their tattoos on my arm. These are for my mom. It was also her favorite band of all time. But number 6, Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. This is an original pressing, both sides. Get that. Got the Man on Fire. Comes with the original sticker up here. I cherish this album very much. There's Pink Floyd has blown me away since a young age. I will never forget from the first time my ears ever got the pleasure of listening to their music. The movie The Wall, my parents used to make me watch that because they knew it terrified me, and they said if I didn't behave in school, if you've ever seen The Wall, you'd turn into the children. They get their faces all fucked up or whatever. But looking back on it, it's hilarious, and I can watch the movie now and laugh at that. But Wish You Were Here is my favorite song of all time off this album. This is actually an ode to Sid Barrett, their original lead singer, who did a shitload of acid and went absolutely crazy. The song Shine On You Crazy Diamond, parts 1 through 6 and 9 through 15 on here are dedicated to him. And then you have a Cigar, which I think is the most underrated Pink Floyd song of all time. And then Welcome to the Machine. But Pink Floyd, like I said, there's not much I can say about them that I'm sure a lot of you have not heard of. This came out in 1975. My favorite band of all time. What is it, 6? I think it's the 6th. But yeah, my 6th favorite record of all time. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Number 5. I haven't shown this on my weekend jams, but Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Rust Never Sleeps. This is a live record. Neil playing live, love Neil. Oh, god damn, Neil's one of my favorite artists of all time. I paid entirely too much for this record, which was stupid, because I bought it as a kid. I say that, I'm still a kid, but My, Hey, Hey, my favorite Neil Young song of all time, and one of my favorite songs of all time. I have It's Better to Burn Out Than to Fade Away tattooed on me, right here, actually. And then, what else is on here? Yeah. Sail Away is a great song, Pocahontas. I really love this album so much, solely based off the live version of My, Hey, Hey, the acoustic version and the electric version. Not every song's outstanding on here, but Neil live, you can't go wrong. Number 5, Neil Young, Crazy Horse, Rust Never Sleeps. Love Neil, give Neil a shot. One of the best classic rock artists and folk artists of all time. He didn't come up, but his style's a lot like Bob Dylan. So, number 4, gotta have some Clapton in here. And this is, besides John with his stuff with John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, this is Clapton at his peak. This is Cream, Disraeli Gears. It's such a psychedelic rock blues masterpiece. Look at that cover. It's insane. The back is insane. It looks amazing. The record, this is an original pressing as well. It's kind of beat up, But yeah, unreal. Outside Women Blues is one of my favorite songs, blues tracks of all time. Maybe not songs of all time, but a song a lot of you will recognize, Sunshine of Your Love. Everyone's heard that riff. But yeah, Strange Brew, Clapton with Cream. At this time in his career, he was the greatest guitarist of all time, in my opinion. He ripped a Gibson SG to shreds, Firebird Les Paul, whatever he played. But yeah, Cream Disraeli Gears at number, is this 4? I think this is 4. But yeah, there's that. All right, number 3, I used to be obsessed with the Beatles in high school. That's another band that got me into the whole classic rock craze that turned into what I am today. Another album, one of the original albums I bought in my record collection, is the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I'm sure you've all recognized this cover. Yeah, just another album that's just an absolute masterpiece. My favorite song on here is called A Day in the Life. Jake Brajas, if you're watching, I'm pretty sure that's his favorite Beatles song too. But I used to be obsessed with the Beatles. I used to be the whole Beatles stan. They're the greatest band of all time. They're amazing. I was an idiot to whoever was around me at that period of my life. But yeah, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. I can't talk. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which a lot of people think is about acid, LSD. It's actually not. It's about a drawing that John Lennon's son Julian brought to him when he was a kid, and it was called Lucy, and there was a bunch of diamonds in the sky, and that's what John Lennon said. But it stands for LSD, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and it's trippy as shit. So I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, that's number 3. Still love the Beatles. I'm not as big on them as I used to be. Growing more into music, you find out there's hundreds of thousands of more artists that are better instrumentally than them. But yeah, and a little known fact, my favorite Beatle is George Harrison. I'll get into that eventually. But number 2, gotta have Zeppelin. Play more Zeppelin, enjoy more Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin 2, that's, by the way, that's that. This is another original pressing I bought. The asshole before me wrote their name on it about 872 times. But Led Zeppelin 2, holy shit. The first time I heard this album in whole, I remember it opens up with a whole lot of love, and that opening riff by Jimmy Page, shit, holy Christ almighty. Led Zeppelin, probably the best instrumental band of all time. That, like I said, I'm no one to say who's the best band of all time, who isn't. My personal favorite band of all time is Pink Floyd, which is, okay, it's next, but my second favorite band of all time is Led Zeppelin. So ironically enough, number 2 on my list, Led Zeppelin 2, the Lemon Song. What else is on here? This album's insane. Living, Loving, Made, Ramble On, Moby Dick, the greatest drum solo of all time. I will say that. Don't come at me, Jay Marr, if you're watching. Your whole Neil Peart. I love Neil Peart, but Moby Dick live shits on any other drum solo, I think. I'm trying to make facts here. I don't make facts. But Heartbreaker, another great song with another great guitar solo. Can I put that in there? Yeah. Like I said, opens up with a whole lot of love, and the Lemon Song is 6 minutes and 20 seconds of absolute perfection. So number 2, Led Zeppelin 2. I got Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young playing Deja Vu, one of the albums I bought this weekend. So number 1, I'm sure a lot of you may know, number 1, a lot of you who know me could see this coming from a mile away. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Just the finest, in my opinion, the finest piece of music ever put together. It's not, for me, it's not even close either. It's like that, the Prism. I have it tattooed on my arm, if you can see that. I got a whole collage of Pink Floyd right here. But yeah, Money, not my favorite song of all time, wish you were here is, but Money, probably my second favorite song of all time. I can put this album on at any point, anywhere, and I have to listen to it in whole. If you're putting Dark Side on, we're listening to it from cover to cover, because it's that perfect. Brain Damage is one of the greatest songs of all time. Money, Us and Them. This was a period when Roger Waters was going through a tough time with accepting that his dad was dead. His dad died in World War II, when he was a young child. Us and Them is about that. Like I said, Brain Damage, Eclipse. And one of the more underrated songs on here is The Great Gig in the Sky. Time, David Gilmour playing guitar, unreal. Richard Wright and Nick Mason. Nick Mason, one of the most underrated drummers of all time. So yeah, Great Gig in the Sky. It just has this woman singing Bloody Murder for 4 minutes straight. And when they were in the studio, they said, just think about horrific things and just sing your lungs out. So this album, absolute masterpiece. My number one by far. It's not even close. But number one, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. So this album was a little longer than my other albums. Let me know what you think. Hit me with opinions. Like I said, my top 10 isn't law. It's obviously okay to love other albums. This was very hard for me. I thought about this for a while. That's why it took so long for this video to come out. I'm sorry it's so long. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I could have very easily put other albums in this, but I tried to label it to the top 10. It's for those who are familiar with classic rock, it's a pretty cliche top 10, or at least I'd say so. So yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Hit me with your top 10. I love to talk music with whoever you are on Facebook, Twitter. Call me, text me. I don't give a shit. Come to my house. I'll get you a beer. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful, Wednesday? I don't even know. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Enjoy your day.